a masterpiece horror movie called Silent Forest. Since its release, it has become a nightmare that countless viewers could never forget. Today, we're talking about the sequel to Silent Forest. Its dark and disturbing horror imagery is still widely praised by horror fans. The story begins with a girl named Sasha. While trying to escape a group of black-robed figures chasing her, she hides in the middle of a carousel at an amusement park. But then, she realizes something terrifying. The person controlling the carousel is actually a three-legged headed monster. Even worse, the carousel horses suddenly transform into people tied up with ropes, all screaming in agony. At that moment, a pale-faced girl appears in front of Sasha. As soon as the girl finishes speaking, she raises her hand and unleashes a burst of fire. The entire carousel is instantly consumed by flames. Even Sasha herself is swallowed by the fire. Hearing her screams, her father rushes over to comfort her. He tells her it was only a dream, but the next second, a blade-wielding monster suddenly appears and stabs her father to death. Then Sasha wakes up once again. It turns out she had just experienced a dream inside another dream. Lately, Sasha has been having strange dreams almost every night, and the things happening in those dreams are becoming more and more realistic. What surprises her even more happens during breakfast. Her father gives her a birthday gift. Excited, Sasha opens it immediately, but inside is the exact same jacket she was wearing in her dream. A terrible feeling instantly washes over her. Still, she doesn't tell her father the truth because she doesn't want him to worry. After breakfast, Sasha heads to school, but the strange events continue. On her way there, she sees a homeless man suddenly transform into a monster. Then, in the blink of an eye, he turns back into a normal person. Sasha has no idea whether she imagined it or if monsters really exist. When she arrives at school, things become even stranger. The hallway that was packed with students just moments ago suddenly becomes completely empty. The lights begin flickering on and off. At the same time, voices echo around her, shouting about killing a witch. As Sasha starts looking for the source of the sound, the entire hallway is swallowed by darkness. When the lights come back on, she finds herself standing in a ruined wasteland. A monster covered in a thin membrane slowly creeps toward her. Terrified, Sasha backs away repeatedly. Then she accidentally bumps into a male student. In an instant, reality returns. The boy she knocked over is Vincent, one of her classmates. He has always had a crush on Sasha and tries to start a conversation with her, but Sasha has no interest in talking right now. After finally making it through the school day, she leaves the building. Then she suddenly turns around. She spots a strange man standing outside the school gate. Sasha clearly remembers seeing the same man staring at her earlier on her way to school. Without hesitation, she calls her father. She tells him that someone may be following her. The two agree to meet at a shopping mall later, but something feels wrong. Sasha waits at the mall for a long time, yet her father never shows up. Even more frightening, everyone inside the mall suddenly transforms into bloodthirsty monsters. Sasha is horrified by what she sees. Just then, the man who seemed to be following her appears again. She quickly runs into the mall's stairwell to hide. While hiding, she repeatedly calls her father, but no one answers. At that moment, the man catches up to her. He immediately says he means no harm. In fact, he claims he came specifically to save her. The stranger explains that he is a private detective. He has been hired by a church to find Sasha. After watching her for some time, the detective has discovered that Sasha is kind-hearted and innocent. The detective explains that the church is actually an evil organization from Silent Hill. That's why he came to warn Sasha and tell her to run. This is the second time Sasha has heard the name Silent Hill, but she still refuses to believe him. She locks herself inside an elevator. Then she suddenly sees the blade-faced monster from her dreams appear behind the detective. With a single swing, the creature slices off half of the detective's hand. Sasha quickly pulls him into the elevator. She thinks they've escaped the monster, but Bladeface immediately jumps onto the top of the elevator. Using its sword-like arms, it tears a hole through the roof. Then, strangely, it suddenly disappears. The two finally breathe a sigh of relief, but just as they are about to leave the elevator, Bladeface appears again. This time, it grabs the detective and drags him away. Terrified, Sasha runs for her life. Outside, she runs into her classmate Vincent. He insists on walking her home. Since she can't get rid of him, Sasha reluctantly agrees. A short time later, she notices something horrifying. The black-robed figures from her dreams are standing beneath a streetlight across the road, staring directly at her. When Vincent says he can't see anyone there, Sasha becomes even more frightened. Too many impossible things have happened today. Most of all, her father still hasn't returned any of her calls. The longer she waits, the more worried she becomes. When she finally arrives home, her fears are confirmed. Her father is gone. Written across the walls in blood are the words, "Go to Silent Hill." Next to the message is a strange symbol. The symbol reminds Sasha of a small box her father owns that bears the exact same mark. When she opens the box, she discovers a letter from her father. Inside are also numerous documents about Silent Hill, along with a seal engraved with the mysterious symbol. Sasha doesn't recognize the seal, but she can tell it is important. In the end, she takes the seal and a handgun. Using the information in the documents, she sets out for Silent Hill. Along the way, she reads her father's letter. It reveals that he always knew a day like this would come. He knew she would eventually disappear. Her father also explains that everything she sees in her dreams is real. When she was young, she was trapped inside Silent Hill. Her mother used that seal to send her out of the town. As she continues reading the documents, Sasha learns more about Silent Hill's history. The town was originally a colonial colonial prison settlement, but it was controlled by an evil church. To bring the god they worship into the human world, the church burned a young girl alive every year. Then one day, a girl named Alessa was chosen, but no matter what they did, she would not die. The unbearable pain of being consumed by fire filled her with overwhelming hatred. She placed a terrible curse on the entire town. From that day forward, Silent Hill became a living hell. Anyone who enters the town rarely escapes. In his letter, her father repeatedly begs Sasha not to return to Silent Hill, but there is no way she can abandon him after he has been taken. So she and Vincent continue driving toward the town. That night, they stop at a motel to rest. Later, Sasha is awakened from another nightmare. When she opens her eyes, she sees Vincent sitting beside her bed. He is holding the mysterious seal and looks deeply troubled. After realizing she is awake, Vincent tells her she should listen to her father's warning. He says she should stay away from Silent Hill, but Sasha refuses. With no other choice, Vincent reveals a secret. He admits that he was once a member of the church in Silent Hill. In fact, his mission was to bring Sasha back to the town. Sasha is stunned. The one person she had finally started to trust has been lying to her all along. Vincent calmly admits that it is true. Vincent admits that he had no choice. In order to save the church, he endured suffering that most people could never withstand and left Silent Hill. But now he has realized that the church itself is responsible for all of this. He tells Sasha the truth about Alessa. To protect the good part of her soul from being consumed by darkness, Alessa placed that part of herself into a young girl. That girl is Sasha, which means Sasha can never return to Silent Hill. If she and Alessa become one again, the church will burn her alive as a sacrifice to their god. But Sasha is determined to save her father. Nothing Vincent says can change her mind. With no other option, he hands her the seal. He tells her that if she wants to save her father, she must find the other half of it. The moment Vincent finishes speaking, the entire room suddenly goes dark. A second later, the walls begin peeling apart. The familiar sight makes Vincent realize something terrible. They have already arrived in Silent Hill. At that moment, Bladeface appears once again. The creature attacks and knocks both of them unconscious. When Sasha wakes up, she finds herself in a strange room. Suddenly, darkness spreads across the world around her. The clean room instantly transforms into a decaying ruin. Trying to understand what is happening, Sasha wanders into a warehouse filled with plastic mannequins. The moment she enters, she feels as if countless eyes are watching her. The feeling makes her extremely uneasy. A short time later, she hears a girl crying nearby. Following the sound, she discovers a naked girl lying on a table. Then, right before her eyes, the girl suddenly turns into a plastic mannequin. Only then does Sasha realize the horrifying truth. The mannequins are actually living people. Moments later, she manages to rescue another girl who has not yet been fully transformed, but her actions attract the attention of a monstrous mannequin spider lurking nearby. Sasha grabs the girl and runs. The two race toward an air vent and begin climbing through it, but before they can escape, the mannequin spider catches the girl and drags her away. Sasha knows she has no power to save her a second time. Reluctantly, she continues crawling forward alone. Eventually, she arrives at a crumbling prison cell. Inside, she finds a blind old man chained up behind bars. After talking with him, she learns that he is not an outsider who wandered into Silent Hill. He is actually a member of the church. Even more surprisingly, he is the father of the church's high priestess. According to him, his daughter locked him away after darkness began corrupting him. The old man bitterly jokes that his daughter is far more corrupted than he ever was. When he learns that Sasha is carrying the seal and searching for her father, he suggests that she study it more closely. He believes it may help her find him. Sasha follows his advice, but she quietly raises her handgun at the same time. If the old man tries anything suspicious, she is ready to pull the trigger without hesitation. As soon as he finishes speaking, the old man suddenly shoves the seal into his own body. In the next instant, his blind eyes become normal again. After looking closely at Sasha, he immediately realizes that she is part of Alessa. Then he lunges forward and grabs her by the throat. With no time to think, Sasha fires her gun. To her shock, the old man doesn't die. Instead, he transforms into a monster. With incredible strength, he breaks free from his chains. Then he attacks Sasha, knocks her unconscious, and carries her out of the cell. When Sasha finally wakes up, she notices a crack in the monster's body. Through the opening, she can clearly see the now completed seal. Sasha immediately reaches into the crack. After pulling the seal out, the monster suddenly throws her hard onto the ground. Moments later, it collapses into a pile of ashes. Now, Sasha has no choice but to continue searching for her father on her own. As she moves through a long corridor, she sees countless prisoners locked up on both sides. They all stretch their arms through the bars, trying to stop her from moving forward. Then a pyramid head monster appears, almost as if it heard Sasha calling for help. It walks into the corridor and cuts off all the reaching arms. In reality, Pyramid Head is a guardian summoned by Alessa. Because Sasha carries part of Alessa's soul, she's also under its protection. Completely unaware of this, Sasha escapes the corridor and enters another room. Inside are several seductive nurses. There she discovers Vincent tied to an operating table. The two quickly realize that the nurses have excellent hearing but are completely blind. Moving as quietly as possible, Sasha frees Vincent from his restraints. Together, they slip away unnoticed. With Vincent leading the way, Sasha finally reaches the entrance to the place where her father is being held. To her surprise, it is the exact same amusement park from her dreams. The two carefully hide nearby. After seeing how determined Sasha is to save her father, Vincent finally confesses his feelings. He gives her a heartfelt goodbye kiss. Then he rushes out to distract the black-robed figures for her. Just like in her dream, Sasha makes makes her way to the center of the carousel. There, she comes face to face with the pale-faced girl. By now, Sasha already knows who she is. This girl is Alessa, the one responsible for plunging the entire town into darkness. Alessa orders Sasha to leave immediately. She tells her that the man she is trying to save is only her adoptive father. There is no reason to sacrifice herself for him, but Sasha refuses to back down. When Alessa sees that Sasha will not abandon her father, she becomes furious. She grabs Sasha by the throat and prepares to reclaim the piece of life she once gave away, but Alessa never expected what happens next. With the help of the seal, Sasha actually absorbs Alessa's soul. At the same time, the carousel begins slowly sinking into the ground. Sasha finally discovers the church's hidden sanctuary. There, she finds her father locked up in chains. The high priest thanks Sasha for defeating Alessa. He also thanks her for completing the seal, but he has no intention of releasing her father. He plans to use the man's blood as a sacrifice to his god, and he intends to make Sasha the vessel through which that god will enter the world. Forced into a corner, Sasha hands over the seal, but just as the old man warned, the high priest has already been consumed by darkness. The moment he touches the seal, he transforms into a demon, and that demon is none other than the mysterious Bladeface. As Bladeface raises its weapon and prepares to kill Sasha, Pyramid Head suddenly appears once again. It blocks the deadly attack just in time. The two monsters immediately begin fighting. Bladeface is fast and agile, but against overwhelming strength, it stands no chance. Before long, Pyramid Head decapitates it with a single powerful strike. With the danger finally over, Sasha prepares to leave Silent Hill with her father and Vincent, but her father chooses to stay behind. He wants to continue searching for his wife, who disappeared many years ago. Before leaving, he asks Vincent to take good care of Sasha. Then, he vanishes into the fog. Not long afterward, Sasha and Vincent catch a passing vehicle and finally leave Silent Hill behind. But after they are gone, several police cars are seen driving toward the town. It seems the legend of Silent Hill is far from over.